Hi, it's Dr. Saab. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the main features of this Mercedes-Benz CLA. This is the Mercedes-Benz CLA 200D AMG line in Cirrus white. This video is perfect if you've just bought the CLA or if you're thinking about buying one. It is an intimate look and I wanted to do a video where I wanted the viewer there with me while I show you how to use the features of this amazing car. Big thank you to Cope Photography, who owns this fabulous car and is a subscriber to the channel. Please help him out by giving him a follow on Instagram at jcope.photography. Now this car is the CLA shooting brake. You can also get the coupe, and that just obviously you lose a bit less space in the rear. So if you do want a more practical car, go for the CLA shooting brake. You get the bigger boot. And when you go for the coupe, it's a bit more streamlined. You will get less space in the rear. But in terms of space, sitting in the back of this, very, very comfortable. Really, really love this car. And let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you think this is a really nice car? Because I generally do. Now what I'm going to do first is I'll show you the key. So the key is actually in this lovely case. Now that's not what comes with Mercedes-Benz. The key will probably look something a bit like this. There is another switch. My one doesn't have it. This is actually my car key from my Mercedes A-Class. Now I'll actually do a separate video comparing this car with that A-Class that I own, and you'll see the difference. So if you do want to watch that video, check it out in the top right corner, find the description below. That'll be a great comparison if you're thinking about buying one of these or that A-Class, and you'll see some of the key features differences. Now what I'm going to do first is unlock the car, and I'm going to show you how to fuel the car. So all you do, make sure the car's unlocked, push like so, that releases this. Now I'm here. All you do is release the fuel cap by doing this and then putting it here, and that just stops it from getting scratched down here. And then you've also got your tire pressures here as well, which is very convenient. So this car's got the 18-inch wheels on this particular car, so you can put that there again, so that's nicely there. And then you've also got your rescue card, which is only works for your emergency services. That's for the fire services to know how to actually cut you out safely if you're in a major accident. So you've got that, and then a good prompt there just to let you know what fuel this car takes. It's very convenient. Once you're finished, just close like so, and then when you lock the car, that will be locked as well. Now at the rear, I can use the key to actually open the tailgate by pressing holding this switch, or I've also got the option of pulling from here. Now I think if this car has the keyless, sometimes you can wave your leg just like that, and then it'll open up. But this car doesn't have any keyless door handles, so that doesn't work basically. That would have been a feature. If I had the keyless door handles, then I'd be able to wave my leg and open the tailgate. But if I do that, that will actually open the tailgate. And you can see it's an electronic one as well. Now, if you think that's too high, you can actually lower this tailgate. So if I press and stop it there, what I could do is set it to that height. So if I press and hold, now that's saved that position. So every time I open the tailgate, it'll open at this position. So let's show you what that looks like now. So let's open it again. And you can see that's opened at that height. Now, if you want to set it back to the top height, all I'll do is push like so, and then press and hold the switch. And now that's saved that height position for the tailgate. So every time I open the tailgate, it will now open to the full position. You can see the difference there. It's much, much higher, but you've got that option there. So that's very useful if you've got maybe a low ceiling for a garage or something like that, or maybe you can't reach. You've got that option there. Now, moving into the tailgate, you can see there's a really nice space. You've got loads and loads of space compared to, you know, your normal A-classes, your hatchbacks. So that's a really good amount of space. And if I want to, I've got a little parcel shelf there just to hide all my belongings inside the car as well, which is very, very convenient. And the great thing is this actually comes off. You can just pull that off. What you do to pull it off, all you do is just move that one to that side, move that one to the other side, then that can come off completely. And I think if I open it, you can't store it in here, so you would have to just leave it on the side maybe. But you can see down here we've got a lot of storage as well. And you've got your tire pressure machine there, your repair puncture kit as well. And then you've got your warning triangle there as well, which is convenient. And you'll notice this dangling as well. And then what this does is if I stick this like so, that'll just hold that tray just like that. And then if I want to get rid of it, all I'll do is just take it off and then I can put it here. Now I'm trying to do this one-handed, so it's quite difficult, but there we go. I think I've got it in nearly. Yeah, that's it. Look at that. So that's what it looks like. And then close that. We've got your courtesy light in here as well. You've also got your anchor points. And then you've also got some storage on the side here. And then, don't know what that is. And then you've got some access to the gubbins inside there. And it's just a nice area, really. Look, you got some hooks there as well. So that's nice. And you've got your top tether points there as well. So you got your top tether points there as well, which is convenient. And then once you're finished, all I'll do is press like that, and that'll close the tailgate. Now if I press and hold this, you can see that opens as well. Let's see if I can use the key to close the tailgate as well. No. So if the car, I think if the car had the keyless entry, then that would have worked, but on this occasion it's not. So that's how you use that. And you got your rear wiper as well, which is convenient. Now let's go to the side of the car. For the rear passengers, we have got your child locks as well. Now I think up means that the child locks are on, down is for the child locks off. So I'm going to leave it off for this particular car because it's not my car. And then we've got the electric door windows. And then you've got your storage down here as well. This is a nice finish here. And then you may notice, compared to other CLAs, you've got this leather finish here. Now this car is actually finished with the exclusive package, which means you've got all these extra leather, which really makes this car feel very, very special. Now, this leather is actually really, really comfortable. Usually this part's Alcantara, but on this particular car, it's got the exclusive package, which is really, really nice. But you got your ISO fix points down there as well. If you want to fold the seat, just pull like so, and then that will fold the seat. And then you can put it up just like that as well. And then I think, is this an armrest? No, I thought it was an armrest there, but that actually moves as well, the headrest, which is quite convenient. And then we've got no storage down here, which is okay, but you have got a 12-volt socket there. And then you've got your rear ventilation as well, which is convenient. You've got your courtesy light up there as well. You got your grab handles and a carry hook there as well, which is convenient. And I think that's something I forgot to show you. There's a carry hook inside the rear. Yeah, there is actually on both sides. Put a bag there, and basically you can put a bag and stick it onto there, and your shopping, your groceries won't go splattering around in the car. So that's very convenient as well. Now moving to the front, you can lock the car using the switch just there. And then we've also got the unlock button, but let's open the car and you'll notice the horn beeped. You can have that to switch on and off as well. I'll show you how to do that a bit later on, maybe in the video. So unlock the car, so I can just see that that has opened up as well from there. But I've just noticed these mirrors are not electronic, and I'll do a double check. You can actually fold these manually by just pushing all the way like so. But you can just basically push it forward and that'll close it. And then moving into the car, yeah, this one doesn't have the electric folding mirrors, so that was an option on this particular car. Let's get inside the car, but before I do, actually, we have got lumbar support here as well, which is convenient. So that is a very convenient. And then this seat actually inclines and declines from here as well. So only that part goes up and down, which is really convenient. And then you can increase the height, decrease the height, and then you've got your back controls here as well for that part of the seat. Now, if you did have electric seats, the switches would be here. So you've got that there. Let's get inside the car. Now, one thing I forgot to mention about the key is if your car has got keyless entry or keyless start, then there is a video that I recommend you guys watching. You can find that in the top right corner, or you can find in the description below. And that basically just shows you how to disable this key to prevent thieves from stealing it. And I think that's a very convenient feature that Mercedes offer, and it might just protect your car a bit more. So I would definitely recommend watching that. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to start up the car. So to start the car, all I'll do is put the key into the ignition, turn it once, give it a moment, do it again, let all the lights come on, and then after a few seconds I'll turn the key. But you'll notice when I turn the key I have to press the clutch fully to start the engine, because this car is a manual. So all I'll do is make sure I am in neutral, and then I'll push the clutch, turn the key, now it'll start. I think because I was messing around and trying to start the car, I just start from the start again. So that's how you start the car up. Now what I'll do first is I'll actually quickly just show you some of the door controls, and then I'll move on to some of the other main controls. So moving to the side, we've got the lock and unlock buttons here for the doors. You can adjust the mirrors by selecting whichever side you want to work on, and then you can adjust. Got electric windows, and then if you want to stop the rear passengers from opening the windows or controlling the windows, you can by pressing that. I'm just going to leave that off. And then we've also got some storage down here. Oh, there's a nice Mercedes umbrella in there. That's nice. Nice size as well. And then you can open the tailgate from here as well. So if I pull like so, that's actually going to open the tailgate. And you'll notice if I want to close it, all I'll do, because the car's running, I can push this button and now it'll actually close. When the car's not running, that won't work. So that's quite a convenient feature there. And then you've also got your light controls here. You've got your fog light controls here as well if you need to press that. And then you've got your side lights, and then your prop lights on completely. Parking lights as well. But I would just leave the car in auto, to be fair. Nice and easy. And the car will just come on. The lights will just come on automatically when they need to. And then down here, you'll notice we've got the handbrake. Now if I pull, that releases it. If I push, that puts it on. And if I need to tell how that's on, there's the light there. Now if I pull, the light's gone. If I push, the light's back on. So that's how you do that as well. And then you'll notice there was a P symbol there. This car has got the auto park feature as well. Now if you want to watch that video on how to use the auto park feature, check it out in the top right corner. We'll find the description below, and I've done a video on how to use the auto park feature on this particular style car. What I'm going to do next is I'll just show you how to adjust the steering wheel. So there's a lever there, and now I can adjust. I can pull like so, but I'm just going to leave it just like that. So that's sorted there. And then we've also got your gearbox as well. Now you might wonder how to put the car into reverse. So all you do is pull it up and then push to the left like that, and now the car will be in reverse. So this person's actually customized their intro. Normally it says Mercedes-Benz, so that's quite a nice touch. That I like that a lot. Now when I put the car into reverse, you'll notice there was no reverse camera appearing. This car's not option with that. Now I will show you what a car looks like with that reverse camera option, and you'll be able to see, if you actually want to see how that works, you can watch my A-Class video on the top right corner, find the description below, and you can see basically some of the other features that this car doesn't have, like the reverse camera. But if I stick it in reverse, this car has got the parking sensors, because I can see there's the front sensor light there, and then in the mirror I can see another one just there. You see that there? That is for the reverse. Now if I start going backwards, now it helps if I release the handbrake, and then there we go. So you can see one light is already on, and then if I go closer and closer and closer, I think I'll do it up to there. I feel that's comfortable. Now I'm going to put it back into neutral, put the handbrake light on, and before you ever leave the car, just make sure the handbrake is on, and then when I switch off the car, as long as the handbrake's on, I'm alright to leave the car. You can see that is just the right amount of gap. You can just about maybe get someone with a wheelchair to go through and a pushchair, so you have got a decent amount of space. But you can see there's the sensors for the car, and you've also got side sensors for your auto park feature. So that is a very convenient feature. So that's your side sensors for your auto park, and then your front sensors as well, right there. Very, very convenient. And then you got your tow eye cover there as well, so that comes off the back there. Let's check out the rear as well. There's the tow light, there it is, just there. So you got that there, very useful. Now I'm just going to show you how the front sensors look as well, so let's do that. And there it is, just there. Let's go towards this, and I'll leave it up to about there. That's 3 levels. I could go closer and closer, but I don't really want to do it. Let's go up to that. There. That's it. That's saying that's too close now. So let's see what that looks like. I will show you how to use the hold function as well after, actually. So you can see that's how close we are if we hear that beep. So I don't want to be any closer than that. That'll do. There's that P sign again, and that's just telling me that the auto park can work as well. But I also have the hold function as well. So if I press the brake, let's say I've come to a gentle stop, and if I push the brake, now you can see the hold light has come on. Now to do that, to use the hold function, all I'll do is come to a stop. So let's pretend I came to a stop, like so, and then maybe put the car into neutral, and then if I push the brake, then the whole light comes on. And then to release it, I can actually tap the brake again, and that will release it. Or if I put the car into gear, let's actually show you. So the car is in hold now. Put the car into first gear. If I press the accelerator pedal, that will actually release the hold function. So that's an easier way than messing with the handbrake. Very convenient when you're at stop traffic. I'm just going to show the sensors again, because that might not work properly. There. I just wanted to capture that sound so you can hear what that sounds like. Now behind the steering wheel, we have got your stalk here, and you can use the indicators like so. You can switch off the wipers. You've got your automatic wipers. That's your slow, automatic, fast mode. And then you've got manual like so. Now if you push this button, that will actually clean the windscreen as well. And then you'll notice, because this car's got a rear wiper, you can actually use the wipers. Now if I twist that like up here, then the actual wiper will come on. And if I push all the way up, then the water will come out and clean the rear screen. So that is a very useful feature as well. And then you'll notice you've got your automatic lights. Now when the lights are actually on, then the full beams will come on. And if I pull it to the middle, you can see now it's off. And then if I do that, that puts your full flash on as well. But if I put it back in auto, you'll notice the full beam won't come on, because it's quite a nice day today, so that's not going to come on. And then if I pull like so. Now the automatic lights won't come on. So that's how you use that. So when it is dark and you push this stalk forward, the automatic full beam lights will come on and off. And so any cars coming up towards you, if the lights are on, your car lights will automatically dip. It's not a foolproof system, but it's a nice feature to have just in case you've forgotten to do that. One thing I forgot to show you was you can actually move the seat by pulling like so. So that's how you move that. And then we've also got some switches on the steering wheel. Now these switches actually control that screen. So if I press the up button, you can see all of this good information. You can see how much range I've got. And then if I do that, you can see all the different options here. So that's quite good, that is, I think. And then you can have your Satnav on in from here as well. You can change a radio from here as well if you want to. So you've got that option. I'll better put it back to BBC Radio 2, I think it was. Oh, I don't know what it was now. Press OK, that'll be fine, I think. And then you can actually connect your phone to the car. And then you can actually make phone calls from this screen by just pressing OK. And then you've got some other goodies as well. So you can actually switch on and off the ESP, the brake assist, the attention assist as well, which is actually very convenient. You know, on a long journey, the car can tell that you're getting tired before you do sometimes. It's very clever. Then you got your tire pressures. I've actually done a video on how to reset the tire pressures on this, and then you can see how much when the next service is due. So you've got that there, and then you've also got your settings, so you can do stuff with the instrument cluster, change your miles to kilometers, acoustic lock as well, so you know that horn that comes on when you lock the car, you can switch it on and off from here. Automatic door locks as well, that is something I would actually leave on, so the car will automatically lock itself, and you can change it back to factory settings as well by pressing OK and OK. I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to leave it like that. And then you can also answer calls, decline calls, change the volume, put it on mute, and then you can also use your smartphone features or the system, Mercedes system as well. So press once and you've got the voice assistant for the car. Press and hold this switch and you should be able to use your voice assistant for your smartphone. So that's a very convenient feature. Now you'll notice we've also got your cruise control stalk down here as well. Now I will actually try and do a video on how to use the cruise control for this car. So if you do want to find that, check it out in the playlist for the CLA. Now let's show you how to use this screen. And what you want to do first is actually use this dial. So you can rotate like so. You can actually move it up and down like so as well. If you push down, then that actually allows you to select stuff. Press the back button and then you got your favorites button as well. The favorites allows you to quickly get to these screens as well. Yeah, it's just convenient to quickly use this rather than pressing buttons on here. But I'll show you how to use the buttons in a moment. Let's show you first how to use the radio. So you've got your radio controls here. And to be fair, check out the CLA playlist on how to use the radio. I've done an in-depth video on how to use that. If I push up, you've also got your navigation, and again I've shown you that in the A-Class playlist, but if I go into there, you can actually say where to you want to go to, and what I would do is actually put in your address that you want to go to. I'd always enter a postcode. So let's say I want to enter a postcode. I'm going to put in the Mercedes dealership because I think I know that one. Don't ask me how I know that one. I'm a bit sad, aren't I? WV2, and then I think 4. It's automatically put the space in for me as well. And then there we go, it's found it. Press OK, and let's just say, let's see if it comes up with Mercedes. Nah, it hasn't. Ah, but it does show you on the map. I'm going to say it's that end one, I think. And then all I'll do is give it a moment. So it's saying 9 minutes it'll take me to get there. Press go. I can save it if I need to, but I'll just say go. And that's going to take me to the destination. How clever is that? And then you can zoom in and out as well by rotating the dial. I press the back button. If I push down, I can repeat the prompt. Now, when the sat-nav's talking, then you can adjust the volume. So when the sat-nav talks, so let's say
in 100 yards, turn left onto Dock Meadow Drive.
I can increase and decrease the volume. So when the voice assistant is talking, then you can just adjust the volume. And then you've got some other bits and bobs. And if you want to stop the navigation, just go to stop, give that a click, and that'll stop the navigation. Now, top tip, for your car sat-nav to work, you might have an SD card, and that allows you to use your sat-nav. Some cars have command, and that doesn't need an SD card. It's already built into the car. This car has got the SD card in it. Now, if I go to media, you can actually connect stuff. So you can connect your phone to the car. You can use Apple CarPlay. Again, I've done a video on that. So if you want to watch that, check it out in the top right corner. Find the description below. And that might be a really useful video to check out how to use Apple CarPlay, how to connect your phone to the car. That's all in the CLA playlist as well. Now, yeah, device, you can see that's telephone. Vehicle, let's have a quick look at that. Now, if I go to vehicle settings, you can actually leave the lights on after you switch off the car. That's quite useful. Interior lights, you can actually change the duration. So this car's set to 15 seconds. Exterior lights as well, you can change that to when they shut off. Ambient lighting as well, so you can change the brightness here as well. And then you got your locator, illuminator. Yeah, I've already done that. Now, this car doesn't have the ambient lights, so if your car is optioned with that, you'd find it here. Again, check out my A-Class video and you'll be able to see how that works as well. Now, you got dynamic select as well, so you can change a character from here as well. So this is really, really useful, really fun as well. You can change how the steering feels, so you can have it sporty, which is heavy, or comfort, which is light. You can have the eco stop start to come on and off. And then your air conditioning, if you want it to set to eco or comfort. And then you've also got how the drivetrain reacts as well. So comfort will be more comfortable, S will be more sporty, and E is more economical. So that's quite cool. And then I'll show you how to use the dynamic select button a bit later on. And you can see how much consumption you've got, so that's quite useful. You got your manual in the car as well, so you don't need to read anything on a book, you can just use the car. You can set your time zones as well, and set the time as well if you need to. So that's very convenient. And if I scroll down, we've also got your system settings. So you got favorite functions, so you can actually customize the layout of these as well if you want to. I wouldn't bother, to be fair. I'm quite happy with the way it's set. And then volume settings as well. Oh, look at that. So you can adjust the volume settings here as well. That's quite convenient. And then you got your language settings, so you can change that language from. And then you got your display settings, you can change the brightness, the day design, you can set it to automatic as well. You might like night mode as well, so you can do that there. And then your Bluetooth, you can leave that on. That's what I would do. And then I wouldn't bother with any of this. If you want to set it back to factory settings, click reset there. And then you can switch off the display from there as well. But basically that's how you use the main screen. Quick and easy, isn't it? Now down here we have got quick buttons to get to all of those. So you see those options just there? They appear just down here as well. So that I prefer to use these buttons. And then you can answer and decline calls from here as well. Skip songs, change radio stations, change the volume, switch it on and off. And then you've got your eject for your CD, and then clear. I'm not gonna lie, I never really used clear, but you've got clear there. And then you can, when you have the telephone connected to the car, you can enter the number manually, and I find that very convenient sometimes. You've got that option there, basically a full phone controls there, and then you've got your heated seats. Number 3 is very hot, and then it just gets lower and lower until off. And then you can switch off your parking sensors from here. You go stop start, that's off now, that's on. You've got your hazard lights, and then you got your dynamic select button. So now I've got it in 2 places. You can see I can change it to individual, I can change it to eco, or I can change it to comfort. Now comfort I would set when I'm driving locally, and then sport I would use when I'm driving on the motorway. It'll actually hold the revs higher, and I find that works really well. I have full power of the car as well. And then individual, you can set the car to how you want it. And then eco is very good for stop-start traffic. So when you're stuck in traffic, that might be really useful. Down here, we've got your temperature controls, and you'll notice it's got the climate controls. So I can actually choose my side to 25, and then the passenger can actually have a lower temperature. And now you can see it's set to zones. If I press that, now whatever my temperature is, the passenger's temperature will be exactly the same. Now I tend to leave the car in auto, and you'll notice now the fans will actually distribute the air accordingly, and I find when I do that I don't get a misty screen, so that might be really useful. I'm going to just switch it back to how this gent left it, so I'm going to leave it like that. You can increase, decrease yourself manually as well. That's for your front windscreen max and rear windscreen max. And you can actually set the zones as well from here if you need to. You've got that option there. Look at that, that's convenient, isn't it? And then if I press this switch, if you're driving maybe in the countryside or maybe behind a truck, press that switch and that'll stop any smelly air from outside getting inside, and I'll just circulate the nice air inside. Very good on a long journey, to be fair. And then if you press the AC button, you've got your AC on. That's off now. I'd leave that on. I would leave that actually on most of the time. The car then will try and give the freshest air possible. If you do insist on switching it off, I would just recommend switching it on once a month. You can switch everything off from here as well. And then you got the rest button as well. If you press that, when you switch off the car and press the rest button, the car will just keep the car warm as you quickly maybe nip into the shop. And then when you come back in, the car should be hopefully not as cold. So that's quite a useful feature. And then in here, a 12-volt port and some storage there. Very convenient. And then we've got some storage cup holders, and this actually comes off as well, so you got more storage. This armrest actually moves like that, so you got extra support if you need it. I think I'll absolutely love that. And then you can open it. Then you've got some storage in here as well, and you've got your charging port here, and then to connect your Android or Apple CarPlay, you can connect it from here, and then it'll show up in here, as long as your car's optioned with that. But a really good amount of storage in here as well. And then you've also got some storage in the glove box as well. And there's the locking wheel bolts for this car, nice and convenient. And then yeah, passenger's got the electric windows there, a bit of storage there. And then up here we've got your rear view mirror, which adjusts like so. And then this button is for if you ever need to be towed, you've got that option there. This switch is very good. If you press this switch, it'll only work when the car's switched off. When you switch off the car, what you can do is press that switch and then leave people in the car and lock the car, and the alarm won't go off from the key. So that's very convenient. Sometimes people leave their animals, I guess, so you can got that option there. And then here you got the SOS switch. Now that SOS switch could potentially save your life. In an emergency, you can press that switch, and then this car's basically got a 3G SIM card built into the car, and someone from the speakers will actually ask you if you're okay, and you can then respond if you need emergency services such as police, fire and ambulance, and then they'll just send them to you, because by pressing that switch you're giving Mercedes permission to say, this is where I am, please help me. Now in an emergent, let's say you were in an accident and the airbags ever go off, guess what? That system, the SOS system, will automatically be activated. And the great thing is, usually, sometimes in a serious accident, if you're knocked out, someone through the speakers will ask you if you're okay. If they don't have a response, they'll just send everyone out to you. And I think that's a fantastic and life-saving feature. Hopefully, when 3G's completely gone, I don't know if that system will work, but I'm guessing SOS warning would come up here. That's not working, but I'm just guessing, so I'm not 100% sure on that. And then here we actually have got your breakdown number. So if you ever have a breakdown, as long as the car is serviced by Mercedes-Benz dealer, you can call that number, and again, you've got that courtesy service from Mercedes-Benz, and they'll just try and fix the car on the road where you are. If they can't, then they'll get the recovery truck, and you can then carry on with the journey, potentially by the recovery truck dropping you off, or potentially getting a taxi or even a courtesy car. So that's very convenient. Now, if you do want to learn more about all of that good stuff, find a description below where I go through how to connect to Mercedes Me, and also the benefits of all of that good stuff with the breakdown system as well, and how to actually use that. So basically, the car needs a Mercedes-Benz full service history for that to work. But I explain that properly in that video. Basically, if the car doesn't have a full Mercedes-Benz service history, then you won't be able to use Mercedes-Benz breakdown. Now, if I move back up, we have got your rear lights, which I can switch on and off from here. Your reading lights, and you can switch off the lights from here as well. And then you've got your reading light there as well. That's quite convenient. That actually switches on these lights here, sorry, and your reading lights as well. So that's quite convenient. Very, very useful. And then up here we've got your rear view, your vanity mirror, and a bit of storage there. I'm wondering, yep, the passenger also has the same. So that's very, very convenient. Love that. Now down here we can release the bonnet. So there it is. Just pull that like so. And now you'll be able to open the bonnet. And then to open the bonnet, there is a lever just here. It's not on gas struts, so I'd have to pull that up. I've just got one hand. So I'm just going to hold it up like so. There we go. So I've just put the strut there now. And here you can top up your washer fluid. Got access to your battery there as well. And I think that's for if you ever need to jump start someone else's car, you've got that option there. I'll just take out these leaves. Don't like. It's quite convenient to do that actually. It's something I recommend is always getting rid of these leaves. What happens is if you build up dirt down there, that can actually cause dirt to get into the electronic bits, and it can cause some damage. So I always give that a quick clean. You can see a leaf there, get rid of that. But if you need to, you can top up engine oil there. You can check your oil from here as well. And then you've got some other bits and bobs as well, other fluids. But the main one you'll probably use is the washer fluid. But if the car is serviced by a Mercedes-Benz dealer, I find you don't usually have to top up any of these fluids. The car will prompt you as well if you do need to top up your washer fluid or any other fluids. So you've got that option there. And if you're just doing normal mileage, then chances of topping up those other fluids like oil and stuff like that is very unlikely. So that's how you use all of that. That's very cool. So that is the engine bay. Let's just put that away. So I've just placed that there. And then to close this, all I'll do is leave it about there, let go. And now that's closed, and you'll see that lines up just perfectly around. So that's how you use this CLA. Please subscribe, as it helps me and the channel grow and create even more content. Please like this video. Also comment if you have any suggestions or questions. Check out the CLA playlist for more videos like how to use the cruise control and so much more. Some of the videos in the playlist will be of other models, but the features should be similar, so hopefully it helps you out too. There is a new thanks feature. If you want to donate to the channel, then please feel free to use this feature, and any money raised from YouTube will be used to buy more equipment. Thanks for watching.